Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Monday, the 15th of January, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the local market closed down just 2 points today to 7,496 points. It remains close to record highs, though. Volumes were pretty low, not helped by the time of year, and the fact that overnight Wall Street was closed due to the Martin Luther King holiday. Energy stocks did best on the back of a decision from the federal court to allow Santos to go ahead with a $5.8 billion gas project off the coast of the Northern Territory. Telcos also did well, while materials, healthcare and utility stocks underperformed. Another interesting one today was Qantas, closing down nearly 4.5% after it emerged that the carrier is engaged in yet another legal battle with its workforce amid allegations that it underpaid aircraft engineers in the US as much as $10 million. Away from equities, oil prices were flat today. Gold's had a good run. It's fetching around $2,055 an ounce, and the Aussie dollar is buying about 67 US cents. Story number 2, uranium stocks are on a tear. There's been a long rally, and uranium futures are pushing towards $100 a pound. Now, uranium hasn't been at these price levels since about 2007. And the reason is that as the world pushes to go green, nuclear power is again coming into fashion. It's really helped some of the local stocks. For example, Boss Energy, which is listed on the ASX, is up nearly 40% this year. Yes, in 15 days this year. Paladin Energy is up more than 30%. Story number 3, Foreign Minister Penny Wong today left for a visit to the Middle East, but not everyone is happy about where she will and won't visit. Senator Wong will visit Jordan, Israel, the West Bank and the United Arab Emirates. While in Israel, she'll meet survivors of the October 7 attack and the families of hostages, as well as Palestinian victims of Israeli settler violence in Jerusalem. However, she won't visit the site of the Hamas October 7 attack in southern Israel. The Executive Council of Australian Jewry called that decision insulting and deeply concerning. Story number 4, plenty going on around the states. The Victorian Premier today had to defend the government's $100 million COVID-19 bailout of the Australian Open as the country's premier tennis tournament gets underway. Premier Jacinta Allen said the bailout was needed and ensured the tournament remains in Victoria. Last month, media revealed that the Labor government in the state forgave a $43 million loan to Tennis Australia in the depths of the pandemic. Today, The Age reported that Victorian Treasurer Tim Pallas approved solvency and cash flow support payments of $62 million for the organisation. That's so it could repay its debts. Meanwhile, in Sydney, the state's emergency service has been hit with hundreds of calls after widespread rain and flash floods in the city. The northern suburbs and beaches were among the hardest hit. In Brisbane, a Woolworths store has been vandalised with spray paint and calls for a boycott following the supermarket chain's decision to stop selling Australia Day products. And in the north of the country, a tropical low off the coast of Darwin and monsoonal rains in far north Queensland are expected to bring huge volumes of rainfall. The Bureau of Meteorology said some areas south of Darwin could experience up to 500 millimetres of rain between Sunday and Wednesday this week, with widespread totals elsewhere in the region, somewhere between 200 and 300 mils. And story number 5, the conflict in the Yemen region is escalating, with Houthi rebels firing an anti-ship cruise missile towards an American destroyer today in the Red Sea. A US fighter jet shot the missile down. The attack is the first US acknowledged attack by the Houthi rebels and demonstrates the worsening situation in the region. US and allied nations began airstrikes back on Friday on the rebels following weeks of assaults on shipping in the Red Sea. The Houthi missile targeted the USS Laboon, a destroyer operating in the southern reaches of the Red Sea. The Houthis are a Shiite rebel group allied with Iran. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 15th of January, 2024. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.